And Mine Crypto here. I hope we're all having a wonderful day, and I am back. But before we start, please remember none of this is financial advice, and none of the information provided in this video should ever be taken or seen as a signal to buy or to sell. So after a long time, I am back here looking for October. So hopefully we see some moves in the market. Obviously, the market has been quite slow of recent. I've been away. I've been taking it easy. I've still been all over X, still posting, but not here on YouTube. But I am back. I'm here, and we will see what happens over the next coming weeks because we're hoping that we are entering, or we have already entered, the bull market, and we should see things rise. And as we can see here from the crypto bubbles, we are currently ranked 83 with a market cap under that 900 million, which is, in my eyes, a super steal at these rates. Currently at $74.03. Volume again still very low, but that could be coming in from the weekend. $12 million approximately. We're 0.11% up in the hour, still 0.76% down in the day, and down 5% in the week. Currently still 19% up in the month from those lows that we saw during the summer. But we're here. I'm still here. Many people seem to think because I've disappeared from YT, I'm just not around, but I am. I'm still holding my quant strongly, and I've added a lot more to my bag whilst I've been away. So you can settle your minds there. Now, I posted this, I think today actually. It says, Quant, we start the new month of October with spot exchange reserves sitting a little above that 200K. If the pattern I identified continues, we are very likely to see the spot exchange reserves to drop below that 200K as predicted. Fingers crossed for more scarcity. We are getting closer, and we can see it's currently at 208,000. So very, very low. Now, if we look over here, we can see on the spot exchange, it's 208,000 and dropping. I have highlighted what these areas here of drops are. You can see that in a previous video. Now, if we move over here, we can see I put a tweet together. I said I've been noticing a pattern over the last few months. Most texts is from CB to these special wallets. I like to call them special wallets because they're the ones that I follow, and the ones that I speculate to be licensed lockups at the start of the month, so the 2 weeks. So we're right on that right now. So it's around about 7 to 8 days. So that could start on, October the 3rd. It could start today because we've seen a text today. So generally, it's 7 to 8 days that we start to see all these. And as you can see, I calculated and tallied up these figures, and you can see here this was from the 3rd to the 10th of August. We saw 23,644 quant. Again, from the 1st to the 9th, that 8 day period, we saw nearly 15,000. Again, the 6th to the 13th, we saw the 7 day period, we saw 33,000, and so on. And if we look here, we can see again that tally following up. We saw 26,000 last month. So really, really good. And again, following that 7 to 8 day window. So hopefully we're going to see it drop below that 200,000, and we will see more scarcity and maybe more people entering the market because things are heating up, I think, especially with news about gateways from Gilbert Verdian himself and other stuff that we're hearing about, like RLN, all stuff that could really kick off the news and get things going. Because that's all I believe, in my opinion, that's going to get this going. That utility for quant, which I think is absolutely huge. But again, we're waiting on information, and that I believe is what will kick things off, especially with regulation coming as well. We're hearing more and more on the grapevine that things are coming together, and we are just waiting on that little bit of increment of news. And I think, bang, we go. Now, we also see this on another text for this wallet. And this is a new wallet actually, because it's had two texts within the last 2 weeks. Today's text was 2,235 quant. Total accumulated in the last 2 weeks is 4,445 quant. And I think this wallet will start to see more. So maybe today is the day where we see that 7 day window. And hopefully after a week, we will see the drop below that 200,000. Again, this wallet only holds quant and has no ETH in the wallet and no outflows, which again is very, very good. Now, I get a lot of people say to me, well, why is price not going up? Again, we're waiting. We're waiting patiently. At some point, this will happen. Supply is generally considered to slope upwards as the price rises. Suppliers are willing to produce more. Demand is generally considered to slope downwards at high prices. Consumers buy less. More news, more interest. And as I've already said, once we start to hear that news, I think it's all in play. We're just waiting. That's all I'm doing. I'm waiting. I'm not doing anything other than buying personally the dips, waiting for when they come in, and I will hold this until I see a price that I consider of value. Now, what that price is, I'm not going to say because it's for me, it's part of my life. What I see as value may be different from what someone else sees as value in their life. Might be that they want to hold for the next 10 years, might be that they want to hold and sell at the top of the next cycle, whether that is in the next month or so, or months, or next year, if you believe that we're going to see the top some point next year. Now, I posted this because a lot of people say that, Gilbert is very, very quiet. After the text the other day on Telegram, him talking about gateways. Now, I thought this was very, very important and I posted it and it went a bit mad. People like stuff like this. But let's have a listen to this because Gilbert hasn't been quiet at all. It's just been quiet compared to what people want to hear. So let's listen to it.
We've solved interoperability at scale, and the background to Money is a 20-year career in cybersecurity. I ran the payment infrastructure as the Chief Security Officer for the Bank of England, so keeping all the money safe across all the payment systems and the payment rails. And now we're also company guarantors to Pay UK, putting the strategy in place for future payments, including central bank money as well, but creating an ecosystem around what's the potential of money, what we could do with it. And that's my interest. We're shaping the system.
We had to get it out of this experimental mode. And I guess the first stage for that was to really establish and found the ISO standard for blockchain. So this is TC307. So I did that in 2015. And the idea behind that was to create a way where we can have a mass collaboration to work on the technology at an international level. And that's what's happened. So now we've got 53 countries working together to standardize blockchain across the world. And that includes organizations, startups, government, enterprise, academia, everyone. And so we set out to then bring it up into the mainstream. By standardizing the technology, we then built the platform. And so working on the ISO standards, we then built Overledger following that. And the whole idea is to bring the mass adoption of blockchain. This is good for us to look at it now that they see the potential, and they're all in. They're all in.
If that doesn't make you bullish, I don't know what will. Now, I've always said the guy that created or founded the standard TC307 then created Overledger to fit that like a glove. Now, if that's not a man in the know, don't know who is. And I'm right behind GV and his foresight that he has. I'm really, really bullish. I'm back. I'm here. All the best. I'll catch you later.